Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're diving into a really exciting and powerful idea, innovation. We're going to explore how new ideas have completely, and I mean completely, transformed our world, from the food in our fridge to the way we talk to each other. So let's kick things off with a big question. What exactly is innovation? Is it just a cool thought, an idea floating around in someone's head? Or is it something much, much bigger that actually changes our reality? Well, let's find out together. All right, here's our game plan for today. We'll start by figuring out what innovation really is. Then we'll look at the big ideas behind it, see some cool examples from history, understand the ripple effect it has on the world, and wrap up with how you can start thinking like an innovator. Okay, let's get right into it. We hear the word innovation thrown around all the time, right? But it's so much more than just a buzzword for new gadgets or the latest app. It's a really powerful force for change. You see, when you strip it all away, this is the crucial point. True innovation isn't just about making something new. It's about making a real, meaningful difference in how we live, work, and connect with each other. It's all about making life better. So to really get a grip on innovation, we first need to look at its two most important building blocks. Think of these as the key ingredients that make all that amazing change happen. Now, this is a super important difference. Creativity, that's the spark. It's that aha moment when you think of something new. But innovation, that's the follow-through. That's doing something with that new idea, taking that spark and actually building a fire. It's turning a thought into a reality. And get this, innovation isn't just one thing. It actually comes in different flavors. You've got incremental innovation, which is all about making stuff that already exists a little bit better, like how the iPad improved on tablets. Then there's radical innovation, which creates whole new industries out of thin air, like the internet did. And finally, you have disruptive innovation. That's the one that completely changes the game, like how digital cameras basically made film cameras a thing of the past. Now for the fun part. Let's see how these big concepts aren't just stuck in a textbook. They are literally all around us. In fact, they're probably sitting in your kitchen and flying right over your head. Okay, let's talk about the refrigerator. We totally take it for granted today, right? But it wasn't just invented one day. It was a whole journey. It started with simple boxes filled with ice. Then the first electric one showed up in 1913. But even by the 1930s, almost nobody had one, only 8% of homes. It took decades of improvements for it to become the everyday item that changed everything about how we eat and shop for food. And you want to hear something wild? Some of the very first refrigerators didn't even use electricity. They ran on kerosene. I'm not kidding. This quote just nails how bizarre and brilliant some of these early ideas were. Imagine that, using a fire to keep your food cold. That's some serious out-of-the-box thinking. And innovation didn't just give our kitchens a makeover, it changed the entire planet. I mean, look at the airplane. In a little over a century, it basically shrank the globe. It made it possible to visit family on the other side of the world, connected cultures, and created a global network for everything from tourism to life-saving medical supplies. So let's keep going and see how one innovation can set off this huge wave of changes across society. It's kind of like throwing a stone in a pond. The ripples just keep spreading out and changing everything they touch. Let's just take a second and think about communication. Not that long ago, if you wanted to talk to someone far away, you had to write a letter. And then you had to wait and wait. We're talking weeks, maybe even months. It was a very, very slow process. Now flash forward to today, 100 billion. That's how many WhatsApp messages are sent around the world every single day. That number is just mind-boggling. Technology hasn't just sped things up, it has completely revolutionized what it means to be in touch. And it's not just how we talk, it's how we spend. Our wallets have pretty much been transformed. We don't just use cash. We have online stores that deliver right to our door, banking apps on our phones. We can manage our entire financial lives from the palm of our hand. You know, innovation isn't always about technology. It can be found in something we use every single second of the day. Language. Just think about a simple phrase like, get out of here. Depending on how you say it, your intonation, it could mean you're angry, totally surprised, or super excited. We are constantly innovating with language to create new meanings. So, this is where it gets really interesting, because all of this brings us back to you. Innovation isn't just for famous inventors and history books or giant tech companies. Nope. It's a way of thinking that anyone, and I mean anyone, can practice. So let's do a little thought experiment to get our creative minds working. Just imagine for a moment, a world without the internet. What would be different? How would your day change? Well, when some students were asked this, they imagined a very different world, a quieter world, maybe one where we all read more books, which sounds kind of nice. But they also realized it'd be a world with way fewer conveniences and fewer opportunities to learn and work in all the new ways we have today. And this brings us to a simple but incredibly powerful challenge from one of the greatest innovators of all time, Thomas Edison. He believed that there's always a better way. You just have to be willing to look for it. And that is the key takeaway. Innovation starts with simple curiosity. It begins when you look at something in your everyday life and ask that question, is there a way to do this better? It's a skill, a mindset that we can all practice and get better at. So I'll leave you with this final thought. As you go about your day today, look around. What's one thing, just one small thing in your daily life that you could find a way to do better? The next big idea could start right there. Thanks for joining this explainer.